Hey buddy, it's Mike here. Today we're talking about No Man's Sky, and I know it's been a little bit of a time since I provided a little update video on what's going on, and they've added some really good updates. Hello Games is just not slowing down one bit when it comes to No Man's Sky. And first I'm going to talk about the Orbital update and kind of what they added to the game. And really it doesn't take long until you start seeing these changes, right? As soon as you open the game, you're going to notice they've improved the UI and it actually looks a lot better. So that's already a huge improvement right from the get-go. Now it's great that we got a new UI, but the Orbital update brings in some major changes and probably one of the most important updates No Man's Sky's ever had. And that's because they've actually added shipbuilding, right? So now you can actually salvage parts. So you'll go around the world and you can actually disassemble the parts at the Starship outfitting station, and you can actually break them into reusable components, and you can actually use the different components from different starships into building a whole brand new starship. I can tell you how cool that is. And I know I even mentioned this in my previous videos. I've always wanted starship customization, and now they're giving it to us. And they're not doing it, and I like how they did it too. So say if you go salvage a starship, you only get to use that piece once. So it's not like they completely broke the game where now it's just going to be a free-for-all, and you actually still have to earn your starship, but at the same time you actually have to go out and look for it, different parts, and then put it together until you have the perfect starship that you want. And I really like that. They could have went the other route where you can just use the part continuously and then you can just keep pumping out starships. I love that they added this to this game. I'm so excited to get back into No Man's Sky just because of this one addition. Oh, I did mention there's two big things that made Orbital update one of my favorite updates, and the second big one is space station variety. And boy, let me tell you, it really makes a difference from not seeing the same space station every single solar system you visit. Every space station has its own color palettes inside, so the interior looks different. You know, you'll find some really funky pink ones, for example, and even the design, they'll have a different interior design, exterior as well. So they've improved the textures of the actual exterior of the space station, and there's different varieties of the exterior. So you're not going to be looking at the same, you know, 3 types of space stations like before. But this time there's some variety to it, and it has more of this rugged, more realistic feel. I feel like the other older space station had this cartoonish vibe. And those of you who like the classic space station models, they got you covered. So the outlaw systems and abandoned systems will still have the old style of space station. And back to kind of variety with the space station interiors, they've actually expanded it on it. So whatever the host, you know, species of that solar system, your space station is going to kind of reflect that. So, you know, for example, a Korvax space station is going to have server blocks and technical equipment everywhere, of course, and, you know, the Gek are going to have that ergonomic seating, while the Viking are more military in a sense, so they're going to have military equipment, you know, lying around everywhere. So lots of variety in terms of space station interiors. I think it also helps that they've improved the lighting for reflective surfaces, so this creates more of a realistic appearance, and it reduces the noise around reflections and improves their stability. So this is probably contributes to the better looking space stations. And they've also brought some much needed attention to just the whole fleet management system. So you have different choices to make, right? So if you want to investigate space anomalies, or, you know, check out some risky exploration ventures, or you can actually defend your fleets by warping to their system and help them against attack. So you have to make certain decisions, and I really like that they kind of added an extra layer to the fleet system. I think this will definitely improve overall gameplay. And another major quality of life improvement is how they kind of done the guild system. So remember before you would kind of do missions, and I honestly didn't feel much of a sense of progression. So you get you know, better rewards for completing missions, right? So you can actually get a selection of free or discounted supplies, you know, increasing in value for higher ranking members. So as you rank up, you're gonna kind of reap the rewards, and I think this is huge. I knew that they needed to add something like this to kind of expand on the guild system, and they definitely did. and it really helps that sense of progression. Finally, they updated the storefronts and how like different merchants look. So each guild has their own uniquely designed storefront, and they've kind of overhauled how stores look in general, and I really like where they're going with this. So this was another huge improvement. And they also added a new set of blueprints for customizing your base, so you can actually add some of the premium items you would find on space stations, and you can actually build them on your planetary or freighter bases. So just another little quality of life improvement there in terms of variety. I also like that they've given you more options to kind of grow your standing with the guild. So each guild will have certain items they're looking for, and you can, if you have like a surplus of that item, you can use that, and that will help boost your standing. Now, the way I like to play No Man's Sky, I'm kind of like a space trucker, so I'll go to the various solar systems and buy for low and sell for high at different economies. And they've kind of added one more layer of complexity, which is kind of realistic, like you would find in real life how the stock market has its booms. Now in No Man's Sky, it has the same thing where, you know, certain markets will kind of be booming, and you can actually use your economy scanner to kind of track this. So this is going to be a lot of fun for anyone who's kind of a space trucker like myself. And last but not least, I knew they were going to add this eventually, and here they are. You can actually kind of customize the colors of your starship, and boy, let me tell you, this is awesome. I've wanted this for a very long time. Like, you know, for example, you'll find a starship and you're not kind of happy with the colors. Now you can kind of customize it, and they've also added different shades and stuff like that. So you can go for darker, stealthier colors, which I know we're all going for. I really think this is a huge improvement in terms of overall customization, because you know, usually you'd find a really good starship with some good stats, and it would just kind of look kind of silly or didn't have the color palette that you'd want, and they've kind of addressed that. And I want to quickly finish up by talking about the Adrift update. Yeah, on top of the Orbital update, they recently added the Adrift update, and this is basically an expedition where you're kind of out there on your own. So they've kind of going back to the roots, right, where it's just you, and it's going to be a very lonely galaxy because there's going to be no other player interaction. There's going to be no stores, no help at all. So I look forward to trying this out. They also added some cool things such as stealth paint, so that's another layer to customization with your starship. They added a new hauler called the Iron Vulture, which looks really cool. And they just so overall, I can't tell you how happy I am with Hello Games and the amount of love and care they've put into this game. I mean, it was already a finished product. There's so much already to do, and just being able to, like, those little things that we always wanted, like to customize our starships. And now us starship hunters have a new kind of quest. We need to find different pieces to kind of create our own starships, and just the variety of space station design really enhances the quality of life while playing this. So I'm enjoying No Man's Sky more than ever. Now, if you haven't played No Man's Sky and you're kind of like looking for that space nerd sandbox game, just get right into it. I don't need to say more. And if you haven't played No Man's Sky in a while and a few updates, I highly recommend coming back and checking it out. It's really worth a shot, and especially this Orbital update, they really take the game to the next level. So at this point, there's other little things they can add, maybe like they can expand on the settlement system, but other than that, I want to hear your thoughts. What's your thoughts on the current state of No Man's Sky? You know, is there anything else they need to add? You know, how happy are you with this update? Yeah, please leave a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts. That's pretty much it for kind of my update for No Man's Sky. If you like this video, please check out my channel. I'm always providing the latest game tips and reviews and everything else. So if you like my content, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.